Welcome to PCGamer Radio. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy, and I've been watching a few videos from YouTubers, celebrities you might call them, talking about Squadron 42 and Chris Roberts saying he thinks it's going to be as big as GTA 6. Now, this is not clickbait. This is going to be a highbrow conversation about why I'm actually thinking on Chris Roberts' terms here, and I'll explain why. And it's not as easy as just throwing mud at it, which a lot of YouTubers are doing for clickbait. So let's have a look, shall we, what he said. He said it will be almost as big as GTA 6. Almost. Now, first thing no one is saying is how big is the console market. So let's look at the figures. Now, we know GTA 6 is not coming out on the old gen consoles. They still hold the majority of the console space. In fact, the latest numbers from PS5 are 70 million and Xbox 30 million. So that's 100 million copies that GTA 6 could actually sell. So if you think that's best case scenario is 100 million, it's quite a nice number. Well, this is going to be the first $100 game to come out. I don't think that's true, you know. I think Gran Turismo on the PS3 back in the day, 20 years ago, was a really expensive game. Was it £100 in England? I can't remember. Anyway, $100 for this game. I think a lot of people will probably wait for it to come on sale, and knowing GTA, they don't put it on sale, do they? Ever. Although it has come on Game Pass. It has indeed. The other thing is that it's not coming to PC, is it? Is it a surprise? They always delay it. So they're not going to sell copies on PC because it's not coming out for PC in 2026. Simple. So that means we're going to have a console game versus a PC game. Now, can this PC game be as big a seller as GTA? Well, let's look at some more numbers, shall we? Now, we've only got figures going back to 2024, but back then, if you take mobile gaming out of the loop, and that includes Steam Deck, the amount of PC gaming desktops and laptops would be 53%. Now that's back in 2024, and if you add all of the numbers up between old consoles versus, let's just do a quick math here. This is pretty loose, but you'll kind of understand where I'm going with it. Okay, so we've got 100 million next-gen consoles plus Switch. We need to put that in. Switch, yeah, we've not got Switch 2 numbers, and we need to put in the 102.4 PS4s and the 5.2 million. Okay, so we've got 414 consoles, just consoles, and PC gaming is still bigger than all of these. So let's put PC gaming at a nice number. If it's 53% over, let's put it at 425. If that is 47, I can't bother to do the number, but it's, let's just call it 425. You can do it yourself. Is a PC game. So the market of PC gaming is much bigger. And if you compare it to next gen, we are dwarfing next gen. Because if we are 425, that's versus 100. That means that there are 4 times more PC gaming machines than next gen consoles. 4 times as many. That is a huge market. Now, let's look at top-selling PC games. Minecraft, 300 million. That means almost 70% of PC gamers have got Minecraft. or bought it in the past. It has been out a long time. A recent-ish title, Diablo 3, 20 million. You can see here Grand Theft Auto 5, when it came out on PC, it sold over 185 million. That's almost double the consoles. So you can see the marketplace of the PC is massive. Of course, GTA 6 is always delayed for PC because they want to make sure it's got an uncapped frame rate, next-gen graphics options like ray tracing potentially, high definition textures that you just can't get on consoles, and all that stuff that even some people might wait for it to come out on PC, for goodness sake. So the market is way bigger. How much of the space, though, can Star Citizen sell? Remember, Chris Roberts has said this is Star Wars meets Call of Duty. That is going to be a huge pull in the space. Now let's look at some other interesting titles. Witcher 3, 50 million. Elder Scrolls, 60 million. PUBG, 75 million. Even Gary's Mod, 25 million Gary's Mod. So you can see the market is quite big. But it needs to come in at a good Metacritic, doesn't it, right? It needs to really get people talking that this is an incredible game. So it kind of lofts itself up into this tree. And you'll notice that in the top selling games, or best games that, you know, people like, it is sci-fi, isn't it? There's kind of a large sci-fi here. We've got Half-Life 2 is sci-fi. Half-Life is sci-fi. Bioshock, would you call that sci-fi? Mass Effect, of course. You know, Baldur's Gate, recent Game of the Year, only sold 15 million. That's kind of disappointing, isn't it? But it's very niche RPG single player. That's pretty sad, isn't it? It only sold so many. So that'd be a low bar. If it could only sell 15 million. So anywhere between 15 million and 414 was the console split. Versus the potential 100 million cut, right? So I think Star Citizen is going to be the biggest game on PC for 2026. Absolutely. I think it's going to get that mantle. You know, when a game is so graphically next generation, you're going to get a lot of people buying graphics cards for this event. It's going to be an epic event. We're talking about a game that has no loading screen. You know, when you're on the planet and your mission is to board the ship to go to the space station, you're not just going to teleport. You're going to get in the ship, be blown away by the interior of the ship, the cockpit, and the fact you've got to fly yourself out of the planet's surface. Are you kidding me? And then actually see yourself turning the camera around and going, oh my god, look at the planet tech in this game. And it's not even loaded as what's going on. This game's insane. You know, back at SitCon 2 years ago, the We Held the Line video, they talked about the game having a flow like no other. You know, like the only time the game loads is when you start the game, right? When you go from A to B, that's you doing it A to B. There's no teleporting. It's you flying around that solar system, right? And it's going to feel really big. You're going to be in Odin, for goodness sake, with all that incredible space tech with the clouds and the coil. Incredible scale when you're going to these stations and stuff. It's going to be epic. And I think you're going to have a massive crowd come to this. Not to mention the stellar cast that's involved. Next generation capture, because, you know, the fact that it looks Call of Duty even better, potentially, you know. Because even Call of Duty hasn't been dropping all these celebrities. I mean, this is more interesting. And I think when, you know, Sandy Roberts is going to execute her Squadron 42 marketing plan, which she's been sitting on for many years, and I'm guessing there's a really big budget for that. And I think they really need to, you know, nail down how good this game is to get the whole PC market bubbling for it. And yeah, it's going to be really epic. The biggest question is, where's the PU going to be when Squadron 42 comes out? Well, hopefully this time next year, the PU will be in a much better place, and we'll have Nyx and potentially Castra on the horizon? Question mark? So there you go, peeps. Let me give you a quick summary. Number one, the maximum number of next-gen consoles that could play GTA is 100 million. There's over 400 million PC gaming desktops and laptops that could run Star Citizen. So we've got 4 times the market. It's just capturing the marketplace. And it's got so much going for it, Squadron 42. It's going to be one epic sci-fi adventure. You know, the last one, Mass Effect 3, epic gaming event. We're talking about a next generation game. You know, this next gen, has it really had next gen graphics? They've been talking about hitting the plateau. Not with Squadron 42. Just make the scale bigger. Have, you know, destructible environments. Even the player himself getting hungry, thirsty. The player actor thing that they've got in Squadron 42. Amazing. The fact that you've got to wear clothes to go on certain planets because it's too cold. It's just going to be full of innovation. And I think when the gaming market sees Squadron 42, the amount of innovation in the space is going to blow them out of the water. And as long as the press is singing the praises of Squadron 42 and we can get into that marketplace, anywhere for 300 million Minecraft. I don't know, because if you look at Grand Theft Auto 5, I think that's a better marker, because that would have been a modern PC that had enough horsepower to run a modern game. So I think next-gen consoles 100 million, that's probably a better marker, 185. So there's roughly, it can get potentially as close to GTA 5, if not bigger. So if Chris Roberts says it will be almost as big, potentially, absolute potential, I think it could. It's all going to be down to Sandy Roberts, but, you know, PC gamers were always itching for the next innovative title, especially when it's next-gen graphics. Dear me. You know, and that's my 2 cents. I think Chris Roberts is onto something here, and I think once you get your head around GTA's not coming out on PC, it's going to be a PC versus console marketplace, and I, for one, are going to be really interested in it. So get your comments down below, please. Comment as you see fit. I enjoy reading comments on my Star Citizen videos. And peeps, I'll see you in the verse. Bye for now.
Well, thanks for watching. And if you remember, you can please subscribe and like the video. And don't remember, you can also hit the bell for notices on the channel. Yeah, we've also got a Twitter you can see on our banner, so check that out too. So take care and bye-bye.